I'm live and direct. Alright, let's fix this lighting first and foremost. That is looking much better. Plug this into the charger so y'all can see. Alright, let's put this up. Rotate your phone. You can't rotate your phone whilst recording. Thank you very much for that. So what's up, guys? It's Afrikan Boy, spell it with a K. I'm live in Indonesia. It is about, what, 2:30 out here, AM. I'm in the land of Indomie. Oh yeah. Are we live? Come, ask me anything. What's going on? Jump on, jump on. Jump on, jump on. Jump on, jump on. Jump on. Alright, so we here, man. What's going on? People, what's going on? Ask me anything. Ask me anything. If you don't ask me something, I'ma just go to bed. Cause this nigga is tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Yo. Live and direct, live and direct. Let me know where y'all at, where y'all at. I'm live and direct in Indonesia. Where they wanna catch me, send some media. Where the person send some media. That's right, man, is in Indonesia. Yeah, eating some Indomie. Chicken and the recipe. Medication. Medication gets me high. Elevation. Like a patient trying to find medication. Yo, run your fingers down my spine. Elevation. I look like a... Yes. Yeah. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it live and direct. Let's get the people on board. Check. Yeah. Get the people on the board. Look how Babylon Sodok we. Well, bro. Enjoying myself well in the land of Indomie noodles. Let me turn on some more light. Let me get some more light. Yeah. Alright, cool, I'm here. Meditation. Elevation. Run your fingers down bare different flavors of Indomie noodles out here, you know, they're not even a joke. I'm in the land of Indo. Cigarette smoke out of the window. Outdoor, but I just went mad dark. What's going on? Run your fingers down my spine. Meditation. Such a sharp way up and such a long way down. What's going on, guys? As you are joining, ask me whatever you want. We live out here in Indonesia, in Jakarta, in South Jakarta, Southeast Asia. No easy, yo. It's not easy. Elevation. Run your fingers down my spine. Meditation. Girl, your love, it makes me high. Oh, wait. Yeah, walk on. I'm here. People are in and out. In and out. Yeah, I can see you, bro. I can see you live and direct. Live and direct, I can see you. Yes, sir. See if I can mess with some filters and shit. Yeah, well, go on though. Man's out here, see the locks through the back and ting. Let me drop a freestyle. Shit. Yo, B-I-G, P-O, P-P-A, the info for the DEA, federal agents, man, cause I fragrant tack myself and a phone in the basement. M-I-P to B, stay clean, triple beam and ever be, Isaiah, can't you see? What's going on, people? Ask me a question, ask me anything you want right now. We are live in Indonesia. Alright, so a little bit about myself. My name's Afrikan Boy, spell it with a K. Let me shake this shit off. Oh shit, it's back. I started making music when I was like, yes, you know, 16, 14, 15. You know, I'm feeling my shades right now. You know, come back, people. Don't run away. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Hey. Oh, yeah, I'm back. I'm liking this, you know. This is like, I don't even need to pay for sunglasses no more. You just jump on Instagram and grab some online sunglasses, man. Shit. Look at technology, yeah? What made me get into my field? I guess I always wanted to be a superstar. I always, like, wanted to either be a musician, be a cook. Okay, yeah, I always wanted to be a musician, and I think I was like inspired at first when I was a teenager, like 14, 15, going to school. I was inspired by like Dizzy Rascal. I was inspired by Tiny Temper. I was inspired just by everyone, man. Wiley, all of them lot. So that's how I started writing lyrics. And then I guess as Afrikan Boy was born out of the fact of like I would talk about different things to other MCs, like real stuff. Like one day I went to Lidl, I went to shoplifting Lidl. You know, I just talk about things that other MCs would think is embarrassing to like talk about, or like, you know, talking about not having a shower at home. I use the bucket and container. You know what I mean? So that was Afrikan Boy. It was about representing Africa and using different punchlines, you know. And yeah, then my inspiration changed to be like, I'm gonna be that guy now that if anyone in the world typed in Afrikan Boy randomly, they're gonna find me, you know. And hopefully that will bring inspiration to like further generations. So what inspired one day I went to Lidl. One day I went to Lidl was basically inspired by, let me take off this filter so you lot can see me, even though I'm really feeling it right now. One day I like this. Hey, bedtime even matches my swagger. Hey, yeah. You know why this is on? Because right now where I am is literally what, 2:35 a.m. in the morning, man. So one day I went to Lidl was just inspired by, I had this lyric that went, it's no shame that I shop in Lidl, buy one get one free straight from Lidl. It's no shame that I shop in Lidl, buy one get one free straight from Lidl. You know, because back then if you went to school and you had PE and you basically like brought your trainers out in a little bag, man, you're gonna get roasted, blood. You're gonna get moved to, you know. So it was just about like being unapologetically unashamed about reality, you know, you understand? So that song was my first attempt to basically write what the man's coming like Raynard a Dawkins. This is what happens when you eat Nigerian jollof. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, you know. So yeah, that was one day I went to Lidl, just about being unapologetically ashamed. Okay, let me take off the filter now, for real. 1 second, my people. No filter. All right. So I've toured with people. I've toured with in the past. I've toured with first I toured with MIA, British Sri Lankan artist who made "No One on a Corner Has Swagger Like Us." See me on the paper prepaid wireless. That was dope. I was touring with MIA when I was like 16, 17. She took me. I was on her second album, which got nominated for a Grammy. The only other vocal feature on that album was Timbaland, and I also toured. Yeah, she took me like to America for the first time. You know what I mean? So I was like 17. No one couldn't smoke no weed on the tour bus, none of that, because I was the baby of the tour. But I was sick. Like when I came back to college after that experience, I proper realized that, wow, you know, it's a big world out there. I didn't have to just stay with my, you know, I didn't have to just make music for the people around me. There's people all over the world. Like I'm in Jakarta right now in Southeast Asia. You understand? This is the land of Indomie. 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 So, like, people are enjoying my music out here. You know what I mean? Like, even if my boys don't, there's people all over the world that can connect and can dig it. Even if it's too much of a positive message for British radio, there's people here that feel that positive message and appreciate that. So I've toured with Aneka, I've toured with Keziah Jones, I've did tours in France, in Germany, like places, not the bait places, like countryside of France, where they're looking at me like, what is this brother saying? Because my thing is going but yeah, Jakarta is amazing. Like I said, I'm in Indonesia, the land of Indomie. These cost like 10p out here, by the way. Indonesia's crazy. Things are crazy cheap. You can get a taxi from like a 15-minute drive in a taxi, and it's gonna cost you literally the equivalent of £2. Crazy, man. So I can understand why people grind in London and come here to spend the money and enjoy fresh fruit, nice weather, beautiful woman, beautiful culture. People are friendly. It reminds me a lot of Nigeria, though. If any of you are tuned in have been to Nigeria, yeah, Indonesia definitely like Nigeria. Let's see some other questions. Keep the questions coming in, guys. So besides music, what else am I into? What else am I doing? Besides music, I run workshops in Prues. That's a pupil referral unit. So all the kids that get kicked out of secondary school, they go to these centers called Prues. I do workshops there. I do workshops in secondary schools, colleges, primary schools. The workshops that I do, I have a workshop called One Day I Went to Lidl. That workshop focuses on telling your story, creative writing. I have workshops based on drama texts. I have workshops to teach you how to do music production, like on Logic. I have workshops to teach you on performing arts. So yeah, if any of you are teachers out there, or you know a teacher, bring me into your school, man. I shut it down every single time. I'm a professional. I study psychology, so that helps me to work with a different range of young people and to meet their needs. Yeah, man's a father, you know what I mean? I'm a young father out here raising the next generation, you know. I'm a producer. I'm currently writing a film right now for my upcoming album. The film is going to be titled Life in the West. We're going to be shooting that end of this year. So I actually wrote the script on a plane when I was on my way to South Korea 2 weeks ago. So please look out for that. It's going to be definitely going to be something that can have a transformative effect on your life, I believe. So yeah, man, I do a lot of things apart from music, but I've noticed that music, because I am who I am as Afrikan Boy, music has been the doorway to be able to get to different places and do different things. What has been the highs? Next question. What has been the most highs and lows of music? Boy, it's a grind, man. Like, I've been doing music for over 10 years. Like, since I was 16. Over 10 years. I'm 28 years old. And the highs and lows, like the highs, I've opened for Prince in the O2 arena when he did his sold out dates a few years back. Me and MIA was the opening act, and I was part of that. So I got to perform One Day I Went to Lidl in the O2 in front of an audience there for Prince. Can you imagine? He was mad. You know what I mean? I've met bare people, man, like Nas, Mos Def, like, you know, I've met so much people, and I've did crazy shows. Did you know I've did a show on the London Eye? Yeah, on the London Eye. You know, that's my first and only time on the London Eye, and I got to go there for free. Oh yeah. Highs, like, you know, being able to travel for free, to do shows, to spread culture, you know, to MC, something that I was doing for fun at 16, you understand? So, and then the lows come in forms of like self-doubt. They come in forms of you watching other people and trying to compare your success to them. They come in lows of like frustration because you're working so hard to grind, but you don't feel like you're getting the result. Like, I've only got, what, 2,000 followers on my Instagram, like, but Ed Sheeran and Stormzy singing One Day I Went to Lidl to each other. Like, do you know how many million people have watched that video? And then Sharon asked Stormzy, yo, do you know Afrikan Boy song, One Day I Went to Lidl? And Stormzy's like, yeah, of course I do. One day I went to Lidl, heavy tune. But I've only got 2,000 followers on my Instagram, so that comes as a, you could see that as a low, because you might think basically that it's you know, you're not achieving what you should be achieving, but it's not like that. Like, when I was coming out of MySpace, these things weren't about, and then these things won't be about in 5 years' time. So you could spend all this energy trying to build up this platform that disappears. And then what are you going to do? So for me, it's about making good connections. It's about building a fan base and building a family of supporters that, like, will follow you wherever you go. Do you understand? So, you know, there are lows, there's high, but this is what I always say. If you're on a hospital bed, you know that line and go beep, beep, beep. You know it goes like that, innit? If it goes like that, what does that mean? You mean your rascal like dead, rude boy. So life is peaks and valleys, it's highs and lows. That is life itself. So for me, you know, there's loads of highs and lows when it comes to chasing your dream, no matter what it is. Like, my field is music and being the best of me. Your field could be building up an app, building a business, like whatever, raising your family even. That's highs and lows, man. Next question. Keep it coming now, guys. How has your culture influenced what you do? Put it this way, man. Culture influences me in everything that I do. Like, not just my culture, because I'm African, obviously. I'm Afrikan boy. Nigerian. Whatever that means. But I grew up in the UK, bruv. £2 chicken and chips. You get me, fam? Southeast London out here, you know? So that's, without London and me growing up in the UK, I wouldn't be Afrikan Boy. Cause what's the point of talking about jollof rice in Nigeria? Like, come on, who the hell wants to hear that shit? Everyone's gonna be like, what are you talking about now? Everyone is Afrikan Boy now, I beg, come on. You know, so being able to, like, because I'm in the UK and I've grown up with British culture, I've grown up with my Nigerian heritage from my parents, so I've been able to make music that contrasts that. Think about it. One Day I Went to Lidl was made by Wiley and Skepta. If I was born in Nigeria, I wouldn't even have a grind beat to do it, and then it wouldn't have been special. So, you know, all the cultures influence me, and every day that I travel, I learn new cultures, I learn new things. Telekamasi is how you say, I probably said it wrong, but that's how you say thank you in Indonesian. So I learn new things, and it's about, like, understanding cultures. I went to Sudan in 2014, or I went to South Sudan, I went to Khartoum and Port Sudan, and I learned some Sudanese Arabic slang. A couple years later, I went to a refugee camp in Calais. I went to the Sudanese camp. Because I had been in that trip in Sudan, I understood a bit about the culture, so I was able to kind of make the brothers feel at home, and therefore they enjoyed the show more, they opened up. So for me, culture is important, and I believe my music, especially this album that I'm doing, everything that I've did, it's always been to kind of like either present or represent the culture. Like, hearing One Day I Went to Lidl on the African Voice, with African Voice 12 years ago, it's crazy. But now you hear like Fanta with no ice, you hear like Stealing Meat from the Stew Pot, you hear all these kind of different things, and everyone's embracing their culture, where they're from. And for me, that's beautiful, very, very beautiful, because I feel like, you know, I was a pioneer, like way ahead of my time, you know, and I'm gonna keep it like that till I'm dead, so people can catch up years. Anyway, next question. What was your lowest point in music so far? What would be your lowest point? I guess times when I've questioned, like, if I'm even supposed to be doing this shit. Times that I've asked people on the phone and be like, you know, I just told them, like, you know, maybe I should just leave this shit, man, and just, you know what I mean, just chill. And they tell me, look, do you feel like you've done everything you could do within your power? And I'm like, no. They're like, then don't stop. Don't stop until you've did everything. And this is advice for you, like, no matter what you're doing, you feel like quitting, ask yourself, have you done everything you could have possibly done before quitting? If you haven't, you need to make sure you do everything you possibly can before deciding you want to let go, because remember, it's a journey, not a destination. It's about the things you learn on the way up as opposed to just getting up there. You understand? So that's probably been the lowest point, because mentally you're really questioning yourself. You're questioning if this is your purpose, and if you don't find a good answer to that, that can lead, you know, that can send you in many different directions. So always good to have people you can talk to, people who know you, people who, you know, believe in what you do, and they should be able to kind of like just give you that word, that good word that, you know what I mean, enables you to like continue. And, you know, just do what you have to do, man. So many people quit. If Facebook, this thing we're on now, if them man, Mark Zuckerberg and all these things, Zuckerberg, you know, allow me. But if he decided that after the 15th app that he tried, he's going to quit, the 16th one was probably Facebook. You understand? So, you got to do what you got to do. How or does someone even get into the music industry? What is the music industry? Because I just got into it. You know what I mean? You just enter now. You just enter. Like, how does someone eat fruit? Well, first of all, you peel the fruit and then you eat it. So you got to make some music. However, there's so many different angles to the music industry, and this is something that I've learned over the years. The real people who make the money are not the people who are performing on stage. You know, it's the people who might own the catalog, who might own the distribution, the radio owners, the magazine owners, the managers, the management companies, the publishing companies, the photographers. There's so many jobs around the music industry. So I definitely feel like if you want to get into the music industry, you just got to pick what you want to do. You want to do marketing in the music industry? Go intern at a marketing company. Fuck it, market for one of your friends that's an artist. You understand? And then you're in it. You're going to go to events. People are going to ask you what you do. You're like, yeah, I'm marketing for this artist. Then you're in the music industry, innit? There ain't no contract. You ain't got to be official. You got to be official in your soul. And you got to go out and get it. Countries are built of gangsters who didn't need permission to go and build a country or to invade or do all kind of madness. They just did it. And then they try and make it legal. Like, hey, we're righteous. AKA America. Uh-oh. What's my favorite dish? Kilonshele, the comedy pounded yam eater who stole my visa. Look, I run it like Angola. I know be bus driver. I ride it like Okada. You got a bootleg CD. Da. My favorite dish is pounded yam with egusi stew. Egusi stew is a West African dish that's made out of melon seeds. The seeds of a melon, we grind it, we fry that up in palm oil, onion, tomato puree, crayfish, all kind of stuff. Assorted meat, sorry vegans. Oh yeah, that's my favorite dish. Fresh pounded yam as well. That's been pounded like live and direct, man. That's my favorite dish. It's also my son's favorite dish. What would you say has been the biggest advantage of social media? This right now is the biggest advantage of social media, because I can connect with you guys live and direct. Like, it's not, you know, it's no delayed. And when I came out 2007, I think YouTube was born in 2006, so I was really one of the first viral people, you know, like with the video going up and that. So like, the biggest advantage of social media is everyone can make their own media. Like this, I can make this a weekly television channel and do different topics and make it a talk show, and people, millions of people will watch it. That's how TV stations work. They watch how many people are watching their shows, like how we watch how many views one of our clips get. It's the same process. And if it's getting bare hits in prime time, then it's a good show. So that's the biggest advantage of social media, is like everyone can kind of like showcase themselves for free. All you got to do is build your audience and keep at what you're doing, and you know what I mean, you can bust. look at man like Michael Dapper. The thing was, I've heard people say that in Indonesia. I heard people say that to me in South Korea. I was tripping. And why is that? Because of social media, because their friends sent it to them like it's social. You understand? So it's that media, whereas TV is not really social media. You can't bring your TV to someone and say, yo, fam, you see that? But this, you can share it. You can watch it. So that's the biggest advantage. There's disadvantages too, though, but I won't get into that. With this current climate we are in, do you feel we need to spread more love? If so, how? The best way to spread more love is to love yourself first. Yeah? I let that sink in. The best way to spread more love is to love yourself first. You know what it means to love yourself, then you're going to be able to love the tree. You're going to be able to love the wind. You're going to be able to love the poor person, the rich person. You're going to be able to even love the person that hates you. Hell, you'll be able to love your enemies. And they'll even hate you more for that. You know, so if you love yourself, I feel like, you know, if you don't love yourself, then it's hard to radiate something that you don't feel for yourself for someone else. You feel me? So, the world always needs more love, man. You got people trying to divide us left, right, and center. Let's not forget, people, yeah? Divided we fall, together we conquer. And the more, say it's a race thing, black people hate white people or whatever. The second we all come together and realize it was never a black or white thing, the second we all come together and realize all of us are Africans anyway, yeah, the government falls. You understand? The power gets lost. The second tribal wars start. Remember, in the riots, the biggest threat to the police in the riots was not the fact that buildings were coming down, people were on fire. It was not the fact that there were deaths, even though I don't know if there were any. But it wasn't about any of that. The biggest threat to the police in the riots was the fact that rival gangs came together, showed love against an oppressive system. Now that is an analogy for what the world could be like. Remember, the richest of the world is only like what, like 5%. So if all of us 95% linked up and said, let's lock off this system, it's a madness. But that ain't gonna happen. That's just the way it is. Ding, ding, ding. Things will never be the same, never be the same. Yeah. Anyway, spread more love. If so, how? Love yourself. How has fatherhood changed you? I was gonna say it hasn't changed me a bit. That would be a lie. I'm still me. But yo, man, I've grown. Fatherhood, just like, I never grew up with a father. Shouts out to my dad though. But I never grew up with my dad around in my teenage years. We have a great relationship now. So I wanted to not let my son miss out on that. And I think fatherhood, the main thing fatherhood has changed me is, me no get time to waste though. So if I know like I gotta go make this tune, or I'm going to the studio, I ain't going there to get high and to get licked and to just like, you know, live the dream of being in the studio. No. I am in the studio. I'm working. I'm hardly even on the snap because I want to get what I need to get done, so it gets done. You know what I mean? So when I go home, I can spend time and be there, because my time is very valuable. So if you want me, book me. I'm only invested in it if it's serious, if it's gonna benefit my family. And that's just how fatherhood has changed me now. Like, I see the value in my music. I don't mess around. I don't have time to play, bro. Man's got kids to feed out here, bro. It's not a joke. You know what I mean? One day I went to Lidl, might make you laugh, but it's giving me money to buy nappies and all that. So for me, fatherhood it's focus the hustle. Yeah, focus the hustle. You know what I mean? Because now you're not just hustling for yourself. You know what I mean? You're hustling, you got mouths to feed, you got an example to lead, you need to leave a legacy behind. You understand? I started off with nothing. Like 30p a day to school, free dinner, school tickets, having to steal from Lidl, shoplifting trainers, all that shit, yeah? I built what I've built because I've grinded hard. You understand? I've made a name for myself even within my family. So, like, I don't want my son to start off from zero. You understand? I want him to have a head start like these middle-aged kids, like middle-class kids that have head starts because they went primary school. I want my son to have a head start so my grandchildren can have a head start, and so on and so forth. And that's just how people do it. It's simple. So yeah, fatherhood just made me more focused. Simple, straight. You're a man, innit? That's what fatherhood does. You can't become a man if you haven't brought up a boy to become a man. Period. The thing where it's skiddy bit back back. Who was your favourite up-and-coming artist? Roadman Shack. Is that even allowed to be called an artist? J House, I'd say, because he reminds me of me a lot. It reminds me of like, yeah, it just reminds me of me a lot. There's probably other names, but I can't remember. My favourite sports team is Manchester United. Yes, I'm from London. And what? Chat shit now. What? Arsenal, Chelsea, what? You can all suck up papaya. Manchester United, the reason being, back in the day when I was a youth, I saw this team, they were playing in red. I said to myself, fuck it, I'm going to support a team that plays red. Then the next football match I watched, Manchester United was wearing red. So I supported Manchester United. Been supporting Manchester United since about 1997. I was there when they won the treble. I was praying. I was like, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus, Holy Spirit. And then bang, we won the treble. We'll never forget that night. Funniest thing you've seen / happened to you in music? Man, there's funniest thing I've seen that's happened to me in music. I gotta come back to that one, but there's definitely be moments, but I can't pick one out right now. I'm gonna come back. How do you see entrepreneurialism combining with music? Well, this is how I see it. If you think like James Brown, back in the day, he owned radio stations. Fuck it, let's go to Nigeria. William Onyabo, he owned his own pressing plants. Sam Cooke, it's been a long time coming. That guy, he owned his own publishing company. So entrepreneurship, really, if we understand that all these labels were built off like gangster mentality. These men knew what they wanted and they went in and got it. You understand? So for me, like, you lot must watch Empire. It's the same kind of shit, man. You know, so entrepreneurialism is definitely built into music, because if you want to sell your merchandise, you got to be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? You want to sell flip-flop slippers. You want to now take your name and do workshops. I've always been an entrepreneur, like always, just by situation. So you want to now use your name and be a filmmaker. That's entrepreneurship. So it's very important to combine it with music, because music is in every medium. All of these adverts we see on YouTube that we have to press skip, music is involved. Radio adverts, music is involved. Movies, music is involved. So, you know, there's different ways to go and get it. What has been your biggest learning curve achieving fame? Am I famous? Biggest learning curve achieving fame. Don't do a Kevin Hart. My biggest learning curve achieving fame. Just sit down, be humble. Sit down, be humble, for real, you know, and just keep grinding, man. I don't let it get to my head, you know, but I do understand that more people know my face than I know their face. So yeah, just about being humble, doing what you continuing to do. I don't want mad levels of like to be famous. Give me the riches. I don't really want the fame like that. You know, people coming up to my yard, taking pictures of me and my family. Like, I'll go mad. I'll box up bare photographers. They don't want it with me. My own roll with a tiger or something. So anytime I'll let that tiger loose, and the tiger will have a hunger for cameras. Give me that camera. Anytime you flash, the tiger is gonna go swash. You know what I mean? So my biggest learning curve in fame, yeah, I guess, is just to like be humble. There's always someone more famous than you, and people always say this, and I know it's true. You know, just remember who was there for you when you didn't have anything. You know what I mean? Remember the people who helped you up, the little people who gave you shows, who helped you, did a favor, who lent you £20. Like, you know, when you get there, like, not forgetting them. You know what I mean? at the same time, fame can be lonely, I guess, because the industry is just going to push this one person and push you, take you to all these places. So I think it's always good to have people that can keep you grounded, whether that's your family, whether that's your friends, like whether that's your spirituality, your religion, to keep grounded. Like, don't get gassed up, because this fame thing for me is fake, innit? Like, it's all on this world. You know what I'm saying? How many people do we see that's had fame and their life is in turmoil? How many people do we see that they've got fame but they haven't got family? How many people do we see that they got fame and they kill themselves, or they become addicted to drugs? So clearly we see, like, having fame isn't the best thing. You understand? It's about having a good sound peace of mind. It's about having, you know, good spiritual balance. Like, when you meet people with good vibrations, you understand? So that's been my biggest learning curve. Like, treat everyone with respect and dignity. Like, everyone adds value. Like, you are not the man. Like, you are not you know, the guy. What about the DJ? What about the sound engineer who make you sound good? What about the lighting guy who make you sound good? What about the driver who drove you to the show? What about God who's keeping you alive? That's the real famous person out here, or whatever. So for me, it's about, like, and you don't know, like, your journey up could just crumble down. How many people do you guys see that are famous today? They're not famous tomorrow. This is what social media is doing. Blown up, and then they're gone down. But say you're blowing up now, you got gassed, you start cussing everyone that helped you, like, because you think you don't need them. I'm never going to go and represent radio no more. I don't even need your little blog spinning. I don't need that, mate. But when you're on your way down and you want to get a foot up, those people are going to remember how you treated them, and that's going to be very detrimental to you. So just treat everyone with dignity. And it's not even a fame thing, man. That's just about life, because you don't know when you're going to need a favor. My mum always told me it is good to do good, because she's had experiences where maybe she did good to someone like 20 years ago, you know, just simple thing, just being human, being good. She met that person like 20 years later, man, and their life is switched up. But because they always remembered that little piece of good that she done for them. You understand? That person can now sign you up to a big company or do whatever, or just even the fact that they remember that, you know, this person's a good person, man. You understand? So that's very powerful. People don't forget little things that you do from them. So just like you don't forget little things people do for you. So don't forget it, man. What is MIA like as a person? Ask her yourself, innit? Yo, Maya's cool, man. You know what I mean? Maya's cool. She's a diva. She's a badass bitch. She's a mother. She's super ass creative. I got love for MIA all day, every day. I'm always in the corner, man. Always in the corner. What is the biggest thing about ownership in music? Biggest thing about ownership in music. Right now, I own my own publishing. I own my masters. If you don't own your masters own you. Let me say that again, yeah? If you don't own your masters own you. There's artists now, like people like Lauryn Hill, who don't perform whole albums because she doesn't want the label to get involved, because she don't own the masters to those songs, so she don't perform them. You understand what kind of, so if you know, own your masters. Sam Cooke owned his masters. You understand? Like, so own your masters, because that's how the big labels and the sharks will control you, you know. And just claim ownership in whatever you do, man. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you got to do it all by yourself. Have a team around you, but have pride in owning stuff. Because if you don't own your shit and someone else owns it for you, how are you gonna leave that legacy behind? You understand? Like, how are you gonna sell that to a movie or whatever? It's long. So own your masters, or your masters own you. Period. How many languages do you speak? Mole so Yoruba. Ati English. Lower Munko. That's it, really. Yoruba and English. That's the two languages I know how to speak. I'm learning a bit of Indonesian. I've learned a bit of Arabic. I've learned a bit of Korean. Not really. I'm trying shit, bruv. All I know is English and Yoruba. That's it. Do you feel a way if people pirate or download your content? How can I? Let's not forget, One Day I Went to Lidl has never been commercially released. So how the hell does like over 5 million people have that track on their computers, on their phones? It was through people pirating and downloading. I'm open to that. I pirate and download other artist stuff. Sorry guys. Now I don't anymore because of streaming. But I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I mean? That's just the truth. Streaming now is legalized, like the pirating and downloading side of things. But I understand that everybody's got to eat. my manager would kick me right now in the foot saying, why are you encouraging people to download your shit for free, blah, blah, blah. But for me, it's like, yo, I don't mind you listening to my music for free. Book me for a show and come see the live experience. You understand? Like, have the music for free, but, you know, the t-shirt is going to cost you. The signature is going to cost you, you know what I mean? We got to eat out here. Remember, there's families to feed. And, you know, if you painted a piece of work and you wanted to premiere it and someone premiered it before you, you're going to be pissed, you know? So it is about ownership. And I do believe that the reason I stream those artists' music is because now streaming companies are catching up and it's actually going to do something for the artists. So if 1 million of you guys stream my music instead of buying it, I'd appreciate that, because 50% of you would sell out my tours, you know what I mean? And if 1 million of you stream my shit, you're going to make my album #1. That's credentials out here. So the whole game in the music industry is changing and adapting to these fast rising technologies. So I'm up for it, man. Like, stream it, download my content. I'd rather you download it than not to listen to it because you don't want to buy it. You understand what I'm trying to say? I'd rather you listen to it than not listen to it because you don't want to buy it. So that's why I put all my music up on like streaming sites. Like, yo, if you want to download it, download it. However, my second album is not going to be up for free download. No, you won't find it on the corner. No. But it's about making things accessible. You know what I mean? And like I said, just the way people consume music now is different anyway. Like, it's like everyone's streaming and downloading shit. So it's really, you know, we'll just see how it goes. Yes, I do want to sell records and I want people to buy my music because I put time and effort into my music. But I also want you to hear it. You understand? And if you get the CD for free, but you come and sell out shows and you get the merchandise and you get the special edition things and then that's for me, that's a blessing. So, what has been the most disappointing thing? What's been the most disappointing thing to you in 2017? Trump, innit? I swear Trump won the elections in 2017. That guy, he was a fucking disappointment to the whole world. At what point do you feel someone should step away gracefully from the stage? There's bare people who haven't. I don't know when I'm going to reach that point. Again, I hope it's people around me that's like, yo, granddad, it's time to just let that stage go, you know? I think for me, my vision of myself is my career is a really long one. So I may still be performing in 20 years' time, inshallah, God willing. I may still be performing in 15 years' time. Probably will be. I'm going to be like a heritage act. Like, when people come to see Afrikan Boy, like 20 years' time, there's old, young, medium people there because it's a culture thing. You understand? It's like, if Bob Marley was still alive, he'd still be selling out shows. Like, even though he's he'll be an old guy, but what he represents and the culture and the vibe. You know, one of them ones, like when an artist is performing, it's like the whole of Jamaica will come out, or the whole of Nigeria will come out, or the whole of Brazil will come out. You know what I mean? Or the whole of France or Portugal will come out, because it's about a cultural event. And even just being at that event, it's a vibe. You understand? So it's like, yeah, one of them ones really. I feel you should gracefully step out when you feel it's time for you to step out. Music is a spiritual thing. There is no age limit to this thing. You know, in as much as you're still performing to a good standard and you're not disgracing yourself and damaging your legacy. It's like boxing. When you're young, you're fresh. Pow, pow, like Mike Tyson in his heyday. When you get a bit older, even Muhammad Ali, you see, man, age gets all of us. So it's about at what point can you still be performing to that standard without being detrimental to your legacy. So, but I want to be performing for a long time, because right now I'm enjoying music, and the second I don't enjoy it no more, I gotta leave it out, like, for real, period. The second I sincerely don't enjoy it, you won't catch me doing it. So if you're still doing it when you don't enjoy it, it's time to go. And artists probably do that because they don't own their shit, so they're slave. Remember, if you don't own your masters, your master go own you. Okay, next question. I'm Yoruba. I'm not Igbo, I'm not Hausa, I'm a Yoruba boy. Olushala Joseph. What your favorite venue to perform in? I think I really like, if I'm talking about London, I really like freaking Village Underground. in Shoreditch. The sound there is crazy. It's all concrete, live. Good amount of people can fit in there. I've done a couple shows there if it's sold out, supporting opening for people like Criollo, BBO Sound Machine, etc. Village Underground's got great sound. What other venue? Yeah, I'll stick with that one. Who was your favourite person to perform with? Oh, favourite person to perform with? Favorite person to perform with? I'm gonna say my band that I got, man. Shouts out to Robbie, shouts out to ADO, because I just love, we just got great energy on stage. We make music together and we've just gelled. I've also shared the stage with people like Mo Steph. That was a very, very, very memorable experience. Obviously MIA. But yeah, I'd say like my band, man, because we've just had good times on the road. Like we've did crazy shows and it's always been good. I've also enjoyed sharing the stage with an artist named Eneka from Nigeria/Germany. That was a great night. We was out in Poland. That was awesome. If it wasn't music, what would I be doing? Probably be cooking, probably be a chef, probably be working as a psychologist of some sort. But I'll be a businessman. Like I'll be hustling. I'll be hustling out here, B. Trust me, daddy. Man's not hot. Yeah, if it was, it's it's a hard question to imagine because now I can't imagine life without music. Like I've been doing it for so long. It's been a part of my life. It's been a part of my life since before I knew what I wanted to do. You understand? So it's hard now. Like but I have other interests. Like I said, like I teach young people. I like to cook. I've ran different businesses and set up different businesses before, like selling clothes or having my fashion label or having a foundation or youth work company. So it'll probably be something close to what I enjoy doing, something that involves communicating with people, because I believe that like that's me. I'm a people's person. If you could sum up in the last 5 years, if you can sum up the last 5 years in words, what would it be? The last 5 years in words, what would it be? It would be oh man, it would be one day I went to, because I'm always traveling somewhere, there's always an experience, and if one day I went to means there's a story gonna happen. So the last 5 years has definitely been stories that have happened. Like in the last 5 years I've become a father, in the last 5 years I've released my album, in the last 5 years I've toured different parts of the world. So yeah, it's just building on that story. Meek Mill or Drake? Meek Mill back in the day. I'm not really feeling Meek now. I don't know why. I'm just not feeling Meek. In a second, I'm back. Yeah, Meek Mill or Drake. Yeah, Meek Mill, because you know what I mean? He's doing these things, going hard, represents me. Some people say I look like him. Drizzy, but Drizzy's obviously just been shutting it down, man. Light-skinned Jewish youth. You know what I mean? He's been shutting it down, coming into the UK, trying to steal our artists and shit. Trying to use names like Roadman. Come on, blood. You can't avoid Drake. I'm not saying he's my favourite cup of tea and I listen to all these tracks and that, but you can't avoid him. And One Dance was a bloody banger. That's actually one of the last tracks I bought. I was so excited. Obviously, my man Wizkid was on it, so I wanted to hear that, so I paid that 99p. I need that. That's one of the last songs I literally have had on repeat. The next song I got on repeat now is Damian Marley, Medication. Beautiful song, go check it out. If there are no more questions, thank you, Afrikan Boy. Please leave last minute comments on your socials so we can support you. Guys, any more questions? If not, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all your questions. Shouts out to Spyhella. I wish you guys great success. Thank you for having me. Please like Spiraler page, continue to support. Everything about me is very simple. Afrikan Boy, spell it with a K. I am Googleable. Just Google me. Yes, Google, G-U-G-U. Google me. You see my ash. You see everything. So just Google me to find whatever social media you want to find. Majority of them are just Afrikan Boy. My Instagram is Afrikan_boy spelled with a K. Just go afrikanboy.com and everything is there. It's a click away. Make sure you follow me on Spotify. Listen to LITW. We got more shows coming up. I'm gonna be back in the UK in a week's time. So yeah, man, please stay connected, and look, you can ask me questions whenever. Just hit me up and ask me some random shit. I appreciate that, for real. So yeah, love and support, love and light. God bless. Have a good night. Remember, if it ain't right, I don't know what I was gonna say. Anyway, I'm tired. Good night, guys. One love. Busa from the land of Indomie noodles. We love you. Peace.